The Fair Housing Act was signed 56 years ago, 1968, and we're here with our Home Connect TV partner, broker associate Cindy Tomasetti of Engel and Volker's First Coast. Great to see you again.
You too, Jordan.
Yeah.
It's great to be back.
Good. Thank you for joining us today. And so let's talk about this law, exactly what it protected, and is it still relevant today, and why? If so, why is it so important?
Absolutely, very important today. It's all about protection and preventing prejudice.
Okay.
So it came on the heels of the Civil Rights Act, and it's been bolstered up by the Americans with Disabilities Act as well. But it is there to protect people in certain classes from discrimination when they're obtaining housing, whether they're buying, renting, or obtaining a mortgage. Some of the classes: age, religion, familial status, country of origin, sex. Those are our protected classes. And unfortunately, unscrupulous professionals engaged in something called steering. That is, they would steer people away or towards a particular development or neighborhood based on their status in one of those classes.
Okay.
So it's there to protect people.
Well, that's a good thing.
It is. You know, sometimes it's frustrating for buyers and renters because there are questions as an agent about a neighborhood or a development I may not answer because I could be engaging in discrimination.
Yeah, so how are you navigating that? What are you able to do or not do?
So I am able to tell you about the physical characteristics of a neighborhood, like its proximity to downtown. You told me you want a lot of setbacks, but as far as those questions, like demographic questions, I may be the source of the source, so I can give you a resource, but I can't directly quote it myself. So, you know, people sometimes will ask me, they'll be like, hey, is this a safe neighborhood? What I can do is I can send you to a crime map. You can put that address in, you can look at the history, and you can evaluate.
Okay.
If you want demographic information, I can give you a report or point you to data that's public, like the U.S. Census data, so that you can look at the demographic, socioeconomic makeup of a particular neighborhood.
Right.
You know, it's like I said, people who are getting posted here in the military or moving here from out of state, those things are difficult, but we can certainly help you with those things. I can give you a city directory. If you're worried about being able to worship at a particular place, you can look at the city directory and see if your religion of flavor is or is not on that list.
Oh, interesting.
So there's ways that you can do that.
Okay, yeah, that's nice though. Let us make that decision.
Exactly.
And that keeps it off of you.
Right.
So why is it that renters and buyers are highly discouraged though from sharing personal information to sellers or landlords?
So there was very common practice pretty recently, love letters.
Yes, I remember. They were like encouraging that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a lot of buyer, potential there. They're like, okay, give us a love letter. It might help you in the runnings.
Right. And
why
people,
is it bad now?
Oh my gosh. So people would even put photos in there.
Oh, right, right.
So you are setting yourself up to be discriminated, possibly discriminated against. And you're also could possibly be setting the landlord or the seller up for either the possibility of discrimination or being perceived as discriminating against you.
Like if you don't pick a certain family, they must be racist, or they must be prejudiced in some way.
Exactly. People would put, they would put photographs and say, here I am, I'm a single mom in front of a Christmas tree. You don't need to give people that information.
Right.
The only information you should be giving to a landlord or to a home seller is your financial capability to complete that purchase or pay the rent. So just your financial worthiness should be the only love letter that you share.
Okay. And how do we go find more about fair housing? You got some websites for us?
So if you want to find out about fair housing, even though it's a federal law, if you want state specific, in Florida you can go to Online Sunshine. It's the official website for the Florida legislature.
Okay.
Or in Georgia, georgia.gov. And keep in mind that particular states may have additional protections, and counties may have additional protections that you can find out about as well for fair housing.
Okay. Well, and how can people find you?
You can find me at Cindy, CYNDY.Tomasetti, TOMASSETTI at evusa.com.
Awesome. And of course, you can always watch this segment again if you need to write that down, or we'll have it on the screen, but you can go to First Coast News Plus to watch this again to get all that important information. Thank you so much, Cindy.
Oh, my pleasure.
And if you'd like to see it again, of course, like I said, head to First Coast News Plus.